Hello, lovely viewers. A very good evening from Singapore. How are you all doing today? Welcome to my chat show, Smile with Seema, episode number 23. Today, I'm so glad to invite an all rounder personality. She is Miss Gurleen Coker.
Thank you so
She's a
much.
my pleasure, dear. She is a psychologist, an author, former model, and principal of Windsor School, transformational global speaker, founder of Deep Talks, a rendezvous program talking about challenges and fear. And mind you, viewers, I was also a part of her talk show. I think it
My
was
honor.
almost, yeah, it was such a great honor, and I had really enjoyed it. Such a memorable experience I had. Well, coming back to her
Thank you so
profile, she has appeared in many newspapers and magazines, inspiring many souls, and recently been invited to be the guest of honor for an international human rights. So we are all awaiting to hear from our lovely guest about her life journey, which she's going to share with us very soon. So welcome to my chat show, Smile with Seema, Miss
Thank you
Gurleen
so much,
Kokar.
Seema. It's
How?
amazing to be here on this platform. And as we interact with new people, we break the barriers, as is the topic of your show. It is
Absolutely.
wonderful to be hosted by another host. When you're hosting
I
your own
know.
shows, it does give you that delight that you're hosting it and you're full of energy. But when you
Right.
are as a guest sitting on the chair on the other side, I can understand what other party feels because you're
Right.
sharing a part of you and your life.
Yes.
And
Wow,
it's
wow.
amazing to share your life because experiences come with a lot of challenges. And
Yes.
I would say life is not a bed of roses for anyone. I'm sure that by
Absolutely.
now, the people who are having many crowns to themselves, many achievements, they can be posting about it. But what really sparks a great deal in me is that you have to keep moving on with a very grounded reality that in life,
Hmm.
whatever you achieve, if you
Hmm.
cannot be helpful and kind enough to spread joys, then you
Hmm.
are worth nothing in this life. On this planet,
Abs-
at least, we should
yes.
have
Yes.
a contributory note to give back to the nation to where we
Yes.
belong. And if we
Totally
are
true.
deep-rooted to the value system, which people
Right.
are losing these days, then we cannot embark on a journey and say that we made a difference in our lives. We did not.
Hmm.
If we cannot
Hmm.
touch lives, which you are doing
Hmm.
with your show, and I am doing
Hmm.
with my show. So
Right.
across the globe, we are breaking the barriers to move forward, to open up
Right.
the channels of communication. And I'm sure that these
Absolutely.
channels are leading to humanity and people will understand what is milk of human kindness.
Yes, yes, absolutely. Totally agree with you. I mean, so very well put. I mean, I'm totally so impressed with your such lovely, kind words, which is so important. You have hit the nail at the
Exactly.
right
Exactly.
place. Yep.
Very
So,
right.
Gurleen, I know. Anyways, it's an honor to have you on board. And yes,
It's my pleasure. Pleasure.
yes, it was such an honor to have you on board. I know you for the last almost a year now, and I too also keep watch
Truly.
your talk shows, and I thoroughly enjoy whichever guest you invite. And I've also
I
been one
know.
of your guests. It was
I
such a
know.
lovely feeling because
So
we
that
just
was
opened
wonderful
up. We
feeling when
could
you told
opened
me
up,
one time. Yeah, one time you told me that you're going to start your show. I still remember that when I invited you, you were to share the grand news that we are starting this. And I was
Yeah.
like, okay, we are waiting and we're excited. And I'm sure that one day I'll take a seat. And that
Yes.
comes as a gift of Christmas or a New Year. I would say my birthday gift because my birthday also falls on New Year. So this is a new
Wow.
beginning for me to
Yeah.
be
Wow. Wow.
here. And it's always an honor to get invited and as rightly stated, an invitation comes along with a lot of unconditional love. And from
Hmm.
where one learns, because you have your own experiences of life, and I'm always ready for learning. If you have
Hmm.
something to share and you have something to
Hmm.
ask from, it's
Hmm.
always a reciprocal response which brings
Absolutely.
people to a great growth and
Right.
development. Whether we
Right.
talk
Right.
about
Right.
nation, we talk about home, we talk about any sphere. If people
Right.
are hesitant to talk and communicate their
Hmm.
desires, their wants, and their
Hmm.
needs, then nobody
Hmm.
nobody can help them. Even you
Hmm.
can take a horse to the well but you cannot force it to drink the water. It's something like
Hmm.
that.
Hmm.
Everybody has to take an initiative, and as a psychologist, even dealing with so many people, I
Hmm.
feel the mental shift needs to be there. People
Hmm.
should think about not only the challenges in life, but they should
Right.
learn some disaster management techniques. They should learn how failures can help them grow into a stronger person, as I have grown over the
Absolutely.
years.
That's
because that's
absolutely.
important to learn. If we are teaching our kids to be overly pampered, if we're teaching a society that only you can be spoon fed, then it is really very wrong. That's how what I believe. Singapore is a great country, and Indians also
Mm,
should learn how to keep the country clean, and that's my
mm,
prerogative. Like
mm,
teaching human
mm.
values, basic manners and etiquettes, which we are losing high time with the
Very
modernistic
true.
approach. We are
Yes.
losing it. We want to copy others, but we don't want to do our bit to the nation.
Right, right. I'll tell you the reason why it's like that, because somewhere the bottom line, we don't want to work hard. To maintain
Exactly.
all this thing, you have to have that extra edge, the extra nudge, that yes, and the determination that whatever happens,
Exactly.
I'm going to stick to it. But that is what is the most difficult part is maintenance. You start off
Maintenance.
very
Yes.
nicely, but the maintenance
Exactly.
which goes a long way, that is very difficult, because I'm talking from my
Yes.
own experience of life.
Exactly.
Every day you have to give your 100%, maybe at
Yes.
home,
It's like
at
it's a
workplace, any
wonderful
part.
wonderful word. Yeah, wonderful word. Consistency makes you a better person, a better human being. It's a dedicated effort. So
Right.
dedication, hard work, consistency with a positive approach will take you a lot longer, a lot
Hmm.
higher in wherever you are
Hmm.
going. You
Hmm.
will
Hmm.
step into the world of more various possibilities, I believe. When
Right.
you connect to one positive soul, you are actually bringing in a lot of other souls together, because
True.
there will be people who will always be helpful to you. If you help
Hmm.
one, the chain will already start, because it is a
Hmm.
karmic deal. And I truly
Exactly.
believe in destiny. I truly believe in fate. That if you are giving a gift to somebody, you're actually making your contribution at a larger level, and that is what the universe needs. It needs
Hmm.
the books
Hmm.
like Secret has actually impacted my life a lot, which is a movie also made by Rhonda Byron.
Hmm.
And I
Hmm. Hmm.
feel that everybody should read that book, because chapter by chapter, word by word, that book actually has so much of positive energy that if
Hmm.
anybody is sitting lonely, depressed, or something, everybody can imply certain small steps in their life, everyday life, just to
Hmm.
get up and smile, see their face in the mirror,
Hmm.
and think that
Hmm.
the day is going to be starting really very wonderful. And this
Hmm.
is
Hmm.
a
Hmm.
psychological tip which I also give to my clients, which I'm sharing on your show, because I feel when you
Hmm.
dress good, you feel good. So there are
Yes.
people who say we don't feel like taking bath. Obviously, there are circumstances at your homes. You need to speak about those things that trouble you from your mindset.
Right.
What are
Right.
those
Right.
areas? So let's get to the deep root causes and finally write it down, jot it down. It seems to be a very, very orthodox approach. People don't want to
Hmm.
pick up a pen and write down anything about their lives, whether it's strengths
Hmm.
or weaknesses. Until we discover about our own self, how are we going to impact the other person?
Very
That's
true.
my
Very true.
calling. Like
Yeah.
if I
Very
have
true.
to say that Gurleen is stubborn and she's not working on her area of stubbornness, then how am I going to say to others that this is what you are? I mean, it's easy to
Hmm.
point fingers at others, but to resolve our own weaknesses, we have to work on them.
Work on it. Yes.
See, I have
Absolutely.
worked. I have worked from what I was to what I am today. So Gurleen of yesteryears is not the Gurleen sitting with you today.
Yes.
So
Yes.
I
Very
openly
true.
say on this platform, because this is breaking the barriers. We hesitate to talk about, menstruation. We hesitate to talk about live-in relations. We hesitate to talk about those topics that people hardly think that it is a shame to talk about.
Yeah.
But
It's all about
as
hush
I
hush kind
stated
of
to
a
you,
thing.
yes, as I
Yes. Yes.
stated
Very
to
true.
you that I appeared on a news channel yesterday, and some,
Yeah.
minister said that, if rape is happening, we cannot control it, just lay over and enjoy. So
Oh
there
my
have
God.
to be people not just putting out slogans on the streets, but
Hmm.
not being feminist, but respecting all the genders. They should come
Hmm.
forward with an alternative approach to make sure
Yes.
that we, as responsible citizens, first as human beings, whether we are belonging to Singapore, Africa, or whichever country, we should
That
respect the value
very
system,
true. Right.
cultures, and everything of what we are made of, and our
Hmm.
bodies equally very well. Self care is
Hmm.
important. If we realize what we are doing, then
Hmm.
if we actually make a diary of how today we have contributed to our day, we'll come to know what percentage are we doing to the good for the nation or for ourselves also, for our
Hmm.
husband, for our boyfriend, for our kids, or for whatever whosoever it is concerned. And it's very
Hmm.
important. It will give you graphic knowledge and visual imprintations in the mind, actually give you a relaxed atmosphere to see where we are
Hmm.
going right and where we are going
I'm
wrong.
going wrong.
And in a
True.
relationship, nobody is right or wrong. This is
Yes.
what
Yes.
I have to
Absolutely.
say on this show, because it's very important to pass this message. So the people who are watching this show will always take some tips and will deal with their lives first rather than dealing with others' life later.
Hmm.
It's very
Hmm.
easy.
Yeah, I
It's
mean,
very
it's like nobody's perfect. We all have a good point and bad point. We have to work on
yes,
our bad points to make our relationship better or whatever. I mean, everybody
exactly.
has got their ups and downs. Also, you have to be more. compromising, more understanding, more empathic, toward each other. That's
Exactly. We
what
have
it's
to be
all about.
flexible.
Yes,
Exactly.
absolutely. Yeah. So
Water
let
is
me
a great
start.
example. Water, if you put
Yes.
it in any jar, it will take that shape. So we have
Yeah,
to be like
absolutely. So
water.
yeah, very, very, very true. So let me start, Gurleen. So can you share what is Gurleen Coker all about? I mean, as a
So
person,
if you
like
ask
what is?
me as a
Yeah.
person, a very, very important and a very, very great question that you put, which I've
Thank
never
you.
been questioned, never been asked.
Okay. Wow.
Gurleen Khokar
I've
is
got a
all
pleasure.
about optimistic attitude.
Okay.
I would
Lovely.
say that I am surviving on spiritual blessings, ancestral blessings, and my sixth sense, my
Excuse me.
intuitive powers, and my ability to deal and resolve the issues of not only my life, but
Hmm.
people who approach me and they say that, okay, when
Hmm.
we meet Gurleen, she's full of energy. And I don't know from
Right.
where this energy comes, but when I am there talking on any show or on any platform, whether it's impromptu, because when I remember you asked me, can you give me some questions which what need to be asked? So I said no, it's going to be impromptu, and I would
Hmm.
answer whatever you're asking me because I
Hmm.
would
Hmm,
love it
hmm.
candid. So this is
Right.
something Gurleen is made of. I think she is a mirror to many people.
Right.
I would rather say that she can unmask many people in this
Hmm.
manipulative world and bring a
Hmm.
change to this world by creating a space of mystery, of positivity, and more than that, a ray of hope for people who have lost hope how to live life.
Hmm. Wow. That's phenomenal. That's absolutely phenomenal. Very
It is.
impressive.
It is. Because my name
Yeah.
stands for Guru Meleen. It's like
Guru
I
Mili.
have to
Okay.
be in Guru ki
Yes.
deep knowledge to be who I
Okay.
am. So if I'm a
Okay.
seed of God, I'm here to
Okay.
spread that knowledge. And if
Hmm.
I have got enlightenment at a very young age, then I would rather share it with the people that okay, this is it. If pandemic was happening, if I came to know it earlier, then I would not want to be a talk of the media, but I would want to
Hmm.
do my bit in my ways. And if the channel
Right.
is Deep Talks or any channel where I can contribute and spread smiles and bring a ray of hope, then I will leave no stone unturned. Even if anybody offers me a huge sum, I would still go on the path of honesty. So Gurleen
Hmm.
is all about honesty. And if I
Hmm.
say something, people totally believe in it because I never
Hmm.
lie. My entire
Hmm.
span of whatever years I've lived, I've always shared a friendly relation with my parents, and I thank them because Gurleen is made out of them. So they are my
Hmm.
gurus, and I cannot forget my father and my mother. The contribution that they have done in my life is by letting me have a life of my own. The
Hmm.
freedom to live, the freedom to choose what I want to do, and the freedom to also impact others the way I
Hmm.
want. By
Hmm.
not
That's
going
wonderful.
into a random thought, I would say that if anybody respects their parents and if anybody respects the teachers, the professors in the college, they are never wrong. They're always
Hmm.
trying to make you much better. Even
Better
if they
person,
shout
better
at
version
you,
of yourself. Yeah.
they're
Yeah.
trying to teach you a lesson. And if you
Right.
can take it, then it's good. If you cannot take it, at least do not blame them, do not
Right.
criticize them because they are doing their bit.
And it's their loss. If you're not
Yeah.
able to respect and pick up the good point from them, it's your loss, not theirs. They are
Yes,
speaking
I
from
have
their
had
experience.
misunderstandings with my parents. I've had
Right.
all those bold discussions with my father. He has
Right.
served the chief ministers as a pilot,
Okay.
belonging to a defense background. I'm very, very
Right.
honored that I have a cultural mix up. My mother is from India, but she was born, brought up in Africa. So we have a
Mm-hmm.
different mixed breed. So I know
Mm.
maybe from that area, I always have learned that strength comes from the family itself. It all starts from
Mm.
the family. The family is the
Absolutely.
basic school where children learn the first seeds of
The
interaction. So
foundation,
I
it's actually
request
the
all the
foundation.
family people, yes,
Yes.
to open the channels of communication. Parents need to sit down with the children, have family dining rules, but do not, get over with it. Like, do not make it so exaggerated that children feel pressurized or suffocated. Because you
Overbearing.
need
It
to
should
give
not be
them,
overbearing,
yes, you need to
basically.
give them space, and that is
Mm.
mental space. If a child
Mm.
will not have mental space in the family, then obviously they will be yearning for love outside, and they will go in any level, at any cost they will go fall into substance abuse or be into a wrong group where parents will always feel that what are they doing or what are they teaching their children, irrespective of approaching a psychologist. They even fear that in India. So
Mm.
I would
Mm.
request all the viewers who are sitting and watching this show that at least open the channels of your thought process and make it so interesting that every day you help not only everybody outside your home, but start from your home at least. Charity begins
Mm.
from home. Start talking
Exactly.
to the people living near
Absolutely.
you. At least start from your parents. If you have never met
Mm.
your parents, give them a call. If you have not
Mm.
talked to your daughter or son, at least do that. And if you don't have kids, there's nothing wrong to feel anything at loss. I would say go to an orphanage and see, distribute a smile, maybe talk to them, and you will feel much more enlightened.
Very, very true. Absolutely. Very well said. That's, I also
Thank you so much.
completely believe, totally agree with you, because these are the things, the small, small things goes a long way, which
Long way
people
in
don't
shaping a
realize.
personality.
Yeah,
Yes,
people just don't realize. They think for them, the major things are the big bangs are the huge things in life, but actually
exactly,
not. It's
exactly.
not that. It's
So
are these small, small
exactly. So
things
even on
can
this
get
show, if you talk about
such huge
Gurleen, I've had,
happiness.
as you've seen my profile, I've appeared on various news channels here and there. I'm not sharing this because I don't want to boast about it, what I've done till my 36 years
Hmm.
of my life, because this is something that it is not Gurleen.
Hmm.
Gurleen, we keep doing work. If someone wants to cover her story, her life experiences, I'm most welcome. But if
Hmm.
it is contributing to someone's life, then I'm more happy. I'm
Yeah,
more
more than
happy
glad.
to
Very
touch
true.
one, two, three lives. And if I'm appearing on a media channel, then maybe I'm just appearing to make my voice go at every place where there are people sitting and they can still think that there is someone who's making a difference and we can connect and we can
Hmm.
also be happy
Hmm.
and live contented. Because living
Hmm.
contented in itself has become a stressful thought for a majority of people in this modern
Right,
era.
right.
Rightly
Yes,
stated by
yes.
you, people chase money. It is a materialistic world. We
Right.
always think about running a rat race, but we do not
Hmm.
think about that by doing smart work, we also will fall. It's like the
Hmm.
more easy it is to climb high, it's easier to fall
Fall.
down.
So yes,
Yes,
absolutely.
it's always a very stark reality. But to
Hmm.
maintain that level, it takes a lot. As you rightly stated, that consistency is required.
Yes,
And
very,
you have,
very, very much. You
yes,
you you have to be. You have to have that extra, that ability in you, and which
yes,
I'm sure not everybody can. It's not that you can't do it. It's not impossible. But for
not
that
impossible.
also, you have to work equally hard.
Yes, it's
Have
not
that ability
everybody's
to
cup of
maintain.
tea. Yes,
Yes,
but
that's
I
right.
am very, very sure that number one rankings should never be there in mind of people. There is a lot of
Yes.
comparison in modern
Yeah.
era. Like, okay,
And
I want to be
competitive
Priyanka
also.
Chopra, I want to be Sushmita Sen, I want to be who's your role model. If there is no role model in your mindset, like if you ask me today that who's your role model, I would not say. I would say I'm myself my role model.
Same,
I'm not a
same here.
narcissist. Yes, I'm not a
I
narcissist,
inspire
but
myself.
yes, you have to inspire yourself every day to bring a ray of hope not only to yourself but to the near ones whom you're affecting around you. The atmosphere changes completely of your home. If you're feeling
Mm,
low, I'm sharing a tip. You should change the environment like Vastu. I don't believe in it, but I do believe in the system of science where if you
mm,
place certain object in this angle, it will bring
mm.
a lot of prosperity. So why
Right.
don't change your deco of the house? Try
Mm,
nourishing some plants, raising some
mm,
plants. Try
mm,
keeping some pets not to feel lonely. Or try
mm,
doing your bit by going and meeting somebody and creating a
mm,
circle or a group
mm,
where you can go for a cup of coffee once a week or once a
mm,
month. You can have a party with those people. They could be
mm,
out of your group. They could be
mm.
somebody whom you met on Facebook. But
Right.
regardless of the fact that be around with safe people that will come to know when you will be chatting with them or talking to them, but take your time because this actually involves a little quality time, which
Quality
people are
time.
not having because they're
Mm.
workaholic. Whether it's Singapore or India, people don't have time to even greet people. It's only the festivals where people start calling. And these days, let me ask you, how many people feel happy about receiving somebody at their home without acknowledgement or without
Oh
even
no,
giving
it's that thing has died out. We have grown that way, by
kind
the
of?
way. We have
You have to take
grown that way.
appointment. You have to actually, if you have,
You
it is
take
the biggest crime.
appointment, call up, check with them. It becomes so
Yes.
formal. We have not
It,
grown up that way. Let me tell
yes.
you. I'm
So
from
if the
Mumbai.
interviews were formal, if the
Yeah.
interviews are formal where we are going, I don't know. This has become a part of life where people don't agree. But I know that they will agree after this show that what I'm saying is a plain honest fact that we have lost the scope of even a call coming randomly to a person and they're speaking at length and smiling. It's
Oh
like
yes.
it's a wonderful
It's
gesture. When I started
yes.
Hello Conversations, I called the people and it
Mm,
randomly came to my mind that, oh my God, there's so many people sitting down. Their husband has never asked the wife in the whole day, how are you doing? And that
yes.
became the random thought that I should start Hello Conversations. Why not have hello calls everywhere? Why not people
Yeah.
interact with each other, whether they are
True.
anybody? And let's try to break the barrier of befriending strangers. Because
Mm,
that is always stated. What you condition your mind to is what gets conditioned in the mind. It's like
mm,
it's a psychological thought. If anybody says a stranger is a fearful segment, you should not talk to a stranger. Usually, parents teach their kids. is not necessary. It's a generalized statement, it's a stereotype made, and we need to break the
Right.
barrier. It's not
Right.
necessary. Otherwise, I would have never met you and I would never have come
Yeah,
on the
I
show.
mean, we don't know her that way. We just met through Facebook. We
Yes,
don't know each other at all. But we were strangers.
exactly.
But now it's just see by from stranger and where our relationship landed.
Exactly. It's
So
like
it's
breaking
not
the
always
ice. And
wrong. Yeah,
yeah, it's wonderful. It's fantastic. And I feel these kind of friendships are going to live longer than any other
longer.
friendship that we have
Very,
physically formed over the years.
very true. Very, very
Yes.
absolutely. I just love
I'm here
the
on
way you
this show
put it
to
across.
promote friendship, to promote open thoughts, and also to let people know that there will always be challenges in life.
Hmm.
This is life. Life is beautiful.
Hmm.
If you would come to know your future, like there are some souls, blessed souls, who come to know that what is going to happen tomorrow. Believe you me, it is not at all good because it gives you anxiety, it gives you tension,
Yeah.
because you know
Yes.
something which others are not knowing, and you know,
Right.
and you're dealing with it to just cut
Right.
it out. There's
Right.
some
Right.
movies made on it, and I'm sure that people have watched many English movies. And I would
Hmm.
not name myself and my experiences about it, but I'm talking as a fact that if you come to know your future, you will die today. So it is better
Hmm.
that God has created this life. You start living this moment, whether it is bringing you sorrow, because you know after sorrow there will be joy. You will cherish it. If there are no bad moments, you will not know what is good.
Exactly. So just go with
Yes,
the flow. Go
go
with
with
the
the
flow.
flow. Yes, if
That's
you
it.
don't have a goal, try to just think that you are doing your bit for the day and goals will be made. There is no
Right.
issue. There is nothing called becoming hopeless. That there are
Hmm.
people who commit suicides because they are losing hope. So there are
Hmm.
symptoms. Like people say somebody's committed a suicide. I always tell them it's not one day's act.
Yes.
It's a cluster of experiences the person is feeling
Absolutely.
in a mindset over a time period, maybe 6 months, maybe 3 months, or
And that
in a
has
year.
reached a
And
level
people at
which
home,
is
yes, people
yes.
inside the home, they don't want to, even see the emotions or the behavior of the person, and they say that suicide kar liya. ऐसे ही कर लिया वो तो ठीक ठाक थे. That is wrong.
और
You
अंदर क्या
you
है
can actually
वो किसी को
judge.
थोड़ी ना पता है क्या हो रहा है behind the doors.
Exactly. So you can, from the facial expressions and non-verbal gestures, you can make out if
Hmm.
the person is comfortable speaking to you or uncomfortable. When people
Hmm.
come to my show, they always say this thing that, okay, we feel comfortable. Before the show, you make us casual, comfortable, and we are very good to go. Even the nervous people, even the psychologists who come to my show, they've cried before it and said, oh my God, our parents loved it because something that was never spoken on any other channel, we spoke here. Why? Because
Right.
there has to be a rapport building. A
Right.
rapport is a rapport is very, very important point, whether at home, whether at workplace, wherever in any profession. Talk about any segment of life. If a rapport is there, you'll always find that there'll be a comfortable union of each other, and there will be a
Hmm.
certain sense of exchange of energies, which will bring
Hmm.
a beautiful, beautiful product and result. And we
Hmm.
should never expect rewards in return. I've never
Hmm.
expected in my life a reward, except the fact that when my mother was in ICU, that is what I'm going to share on this show, that I had a spiritual enlightening experience with Lord Shiva. And I felt that I knew certain terms which nobody knew then, and I saw certain operational terms which only
Hmm.
doctors know. And my mother was saved. And what did I ask in return was on the new year itself, it happens to be my birthday. So I had this enlightenment on 19 December 2018. I realized that when he asked me, or he didn't, he smiled. When I asked him that I only want my mother to be alive, and if I've done any good deed in my life till now, I would want my mother to live longer. But in return, I will never question you, ask you, or whatever I
Hmm.
deserve. I will
Hmm.
never do that. But what I am capable of, I'll do my karmas and I'll earn what I want. I will
Right.
never ask a single thing from you. We have a habit of asking, but not doing. In this world,
Exactly.
we follow that we need to ask from somebody. We keep asking, we keep getting. Our desires and wants will never finish. We have to know when to draw the line,
Hmm.
when, where, what to speak, and how to respect the other person's differences. These are all the things that make a great human being, and that's what we are
Hmm.
forgetting these days. And I believe
Exactly.
as a whole, I'm doing my bit through my show. Yes, people used to laugh. What is she doing? It's just a WhatsApp group and just a show. But I feel what your intention is, if you are having a good intention, then everything else aside, you will just walk that path. No matter you wear the crown, you wear the achievement, that is a separate matter. You will receive a lot of contentment while doing it. And I'm sure while
Hmm.
conducting this show, you also will be feeling that yes, contentment is there. Once I've done this show, I'm more contented because whatever I wanted out of Gurleen, she has stated it.
Yes, absolutely. Because at the end of the day, you only answerable to yourself, not to others. So you
Exactly.
obviously the good bad both has to have an effect on you. So anything
Exactly.
you do good for the society, for your community, So
Yes.
when you see the satisfying results, the first thing what brings you happiness is to you yourself, because your
Exactly.
intentions are good. That's like you said. It doesn't matter who thinks what. I mean, when I started this chat show, I had never. It was there, of course, in my bucket list, but I never thought that I will able to do it. But I took the plunge. I said I will go ahead with it. Doesn't matter.
Yes.
I have viewers. I don't have viewers. It doesn't matter. But I will go
That's
ahead and do
external
it
factors. Yeah,
because my intentions are
there
good.
always be people. Yes, and I would also love to express one more thing that, my dear friends, never compare yourself with others. Be your own
Right.
role models. Try to condition your mind to positive thoughts every day. I know it is difficult, but it's not that difficult.
Hmm.
Try penning down your strengths and weaknesses, which will improve your life, and also stop criticizing and blaming for everything that you eat and for everything that you are having, because there are
Hmm.
people who do not even have that. Okay, so
Hmm.
you are actually having, and you can make and much more out of what you're actually having in your life right now.
Hmm.
If you
Hmm.
have
Hmm.
hands to work with, and if you have eyes and a mouth to speak, at least do your deed in a way where you can actually bring a lot of wealth to yourself. And knowledge is the
Hmm.
greatest, let me tell
Very
you.
true.
You have that, and if you imply that in everyday life, you will be much better. Even if you cry sitting alone, there will be somebody coming and changing your life, like you have come or I have come into your life. There will be people you will be meeting, and you will be feeling, oh, they are so optimistic, and
Hmm.
suddenly there will be a helping hand reaching you. So if you
Hmm.
try to do your karmic deeds, there'll definitely be help there. But if you start following those bad practices of always maligning others and speaking behind their backs, then one or the other day you're going to be rotting somewhere alone. Believe
Right.
you
Right.
me.
Right. Yes. Yes.
Let's be
Yes.
honest to ourselves. Let's commit to the fact that humanity should survive on milk of human kindness, and let's do our bit and forget what others are doing for that matter.
Hmm.
Let
Hmm.
them also follow us by seeing what are the
Hmm.
results coming out of it.
Hmm.
I
Hmm.
know
Hmm. Hmm.
in Kali it is stated that it's difficult to remain good and honest and have a business, but still you can do your bit. And Corona or COVID times have taught people the value of a human life.
Very
Let
true.
I have one more thing to share, that in the hospital beds, when people are wanting blood, they don't say that चमार का खून चढ़ रहा है या शेड्यूल कास्ट का चढ़ रहा है या
हाँ,
हिंदू का चढ़
तब
रहा
तो
है या
सब खून
मुसलमान का चढ़ रहा
चाहिए. We just want blood to survive.
है. That is required by a person for living a life, and the only thing that people fear on this planet is death. People
Hmm.
fearing death will want to have the blood arranged for them, no matter if it is a Hindu's blood, Muslim's blood. So stop getting into the religion thing.
Part.
Follow
Yes.
humanity, because
Yes.
everybody
Yes.
is equal, whether he is an
Yes.
officer or whether he is a civilian. It's a human responsibility to
Hmm.
feel that you are a priority for everyone. If you are
Hmm.
an individual, you should respect yourself, and then you will get respect. Because if you do not
Very true.
respect yourself, I'm so
Then
sorry,
of
people will not
course
respect.
respect. But
Yes.
like I completely agree with you, and I'm so impressed because this is how I think it. Because
Yes.
and secondly, I one more thing I would like to add from my
Yes.
perspective, which
Yes.
is the blood color we all have.
It's red.
It's only red. So it doesn't
Yes.
matter what nationality or what skin color you have. There's only one color we all share. Blood color is
Yes.
red. So we should
Yes.
not forget that.
Yes, it is something very important. It is something, it's a message that's a universal message that we are all on this planet. Even, you've seen people say that plants have a life. Even the non-living things have a life. They have an
Hmm.
energy, right? So
Hmm.
if you interact with them or if you follow, that's why in the pictures you can see the stones. People can idolize God in the stones. So it's
Hmm.
just that
Hmm.
some people say it's a foolish thing, but for me, it's a conditioning of mindset.
Hmm. Hmm.
Someday, some people might have an observation of Lord in a stone. That was
Hmm.
rightly stated in the mysterious, movies in the of the
Hmm.
yesteryears, and it is a
Yes.
fact. When
Right.
people talk about aura cleansing, when they talk about extrasensory perceptions or telepathy, or they travel from astral travel from one place to another. Mind you,
Hmm.
I have done that. I'm doing it, and I feel that this is something that people can tap their fullest potential only if they
Hmm.
start doing some good to
Hmm. Hmm.
others.
Hmm. Hmm.
It
Hmm.
cannot
Hmm.
be done. Those energies cannot come to you just within a day's work. It is a consistent
No,
effort
it
to
is.
be honest, to be dedicated and to understand that what energy you are having and what blessing are you having and how can you channelize it to make
Mm.
an effect on others in a positive
Mm.
way, not in a very
Mm.
detrimental way, and not to use malefic words so that
Mm.
not only you're spoiling your own tongue, but you're actually improving others' life by saying bad about others because they are not
Mm.
bothered living their life.
Mm. Yeah, on the contrary, it's all the bad thing will just backlash on you
Yeah,
only.
you can
As
just
simple
feel
as
that
that.
by talking, okay, so and so is doing bad. Okay, so you are putting in more energy into saying those words. So if you really
Mm.
want to experience the enlightening experience, my dear viewers, you need to know that whatever you say from your mind will make up for what you want in life and how you
Mm.
are as a person in life. If you want to
Mm.
shape your personality, I always manifest it that I will be reaching somewhere near the highest officials and they will be listening to my talks. And I'm sure that this international human rights, when I went there, I could see the dream coming true. I could see that I
Mm.
was standing at least amongst those people who are doing good to the nation. So,
Mm.
irrespective of the fact that I'm earning well or not earning, I have made a mark for myself, and the name is out there in the newspapers or in the media because people feel the need to reach out to me. And I am
Mm.
feeling happy that I can share my journey or I can, through my
Mm.
inputs, make an
Mm.
enlightening, thoughtful experience for others
Mm.
that they can channelize their lives in a better way, and live a quality living. Because that is
Mm.
what is missing. Quality of
Yeah.
life is not to everybody. Even with
Yes.
little
Yes.
means, you can survive because that is what Charles Darwin said. Survival
Yes.
of the
Yeah.
you
Absolutely.
have to.
It,
If a child is not having many options, the child will do real well. I believe in
mm.
it. Because if the child is overfed, overly pampered, the child will always feel that whatever you give is not enough. So
Enough.
let's not say that we have to keep our children hungry, or let's not say we
Mm.
have to, you
But
know,
they should be made to be contented. They should not
yes,
have the greed in
be
them.
told to use their brains like in a
Yes.
full way. They have to be alternative options. Even if you are belonging to a rich family, if the kids are coming from a great background, they need to know the value of money. They need to
Mm.
know those principles, how they can use their brains to
Mm.
still work in the sand and improve their handwriting. Now in South Kerala, if you see, there are schools, play schools, where there is sand therapy. So people are
Mm.
paying a lot for the children to play in sand, where in the yesteryears children used to play in the sand, in the mud,
Mm.
on their own,
Mm.
at their
Right.
home. Now
Right.
it is becoming a classy thing to approach a psychologist.
Mm.
Now I'm seeing a trend that people are approaching psychologists because, oh, you are going to a psychologist, it becomes a classy thing. Why? Because
Mm.
you can share the problem with the psychologist, but if you share it with your near dear ones, they will start spreading it. It will be like a
Mm.
wildfire.
Yeah, take it in a wrong sense,
Protect
and
your
then it's a
integrity.
stigma also.
Protect.
It's like a
Yes,
stigma also.
it's a stigma. So let me tell you, viewers, that thinking about overthinking, over analysis about your own system also is a very very bad thing. Do not overthink and do not underestimate yourself. Keep yourself in a balanced way. And if you think that you need help, you should always ask for assistance, whether you go to a psychologist or to somebody who can give you a help that is can lead you to a positive help. I'm not talking of those people who only want to listen and they don't want to see you grow. So I am talking about those things that will help not only the viewers, but they'll help themselves first. They'll try to clear their own environment so that they can
Mm.
bring in more newness in this new year. And I hope this show brings in a lot of hope for people because I know I'm doing my bit. I don't know how many people will like this or don't like this. I don't know. I feel that I am doing my bit, and I'm sure that the people who really relate to me will relate to every word that I've spoken on this show because it comes from my heart.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's it's
Yes.
it's phenomenal. It's fantastic. I just love listening to you, and I'm learning so much from you. If nobody, but I'm liking it. I'm really
It's good.
enjoying your every
Any
word. It's so
any age
meaningful.
you can learn.
You're teaching so much, and it's so required when you start relating it. You've forgotten only all this kind of living. I'm telling you, people become
Exactly.
so materialistic.
Yes.
And they think only by having money and the way you want to show off latest vehicles, latest phones, latest outfits. But
Oh, my
we have
father taught
forgotten.
me. My
Yeah.
father keeps saying this that there's a lot of things like I would say, yes, if I'm not talking about a role model, I would say I have my two superheroes in my life. I would call my mother a superhero because she used to drive in 80s, she used to drive ESDs, and she has even utilized all the vehicles at home. And she's a superwoman. She used to wear those transparent blouses and drive down the NDA roads where my father was serving as a Air Force training person. He was training those
Okay.
Air Force people there as an officer, and I feel so privileged that I'm a daughter out of them, a sibling. I have a sibling who's a gold medalist in women's studies. I feel I'm so already blessed, so full of richness, that I don't know where this materialistic wealth concept is touching in the areas of people's life just to sustain a basic living and basic essentials of life. We are actually robbing people of the pleasure of living life. And my
Exactly.
parents have taught me so really well that I have no words to express my gratitude, that how am I grateful to them in the house that I am staying in. They built this house when I was so small. Like I can say that my mother must have given her own desires to build this house with the income my father had as an Air Force officer. Because
Right.
nowadays there is, there are different rules. Now for defense people there are different rules. Money bracket has increased, but
Okay.
those days, making a house on rent and then fulfilling the needs of two children, they had two daughters, 1.5 year of gap, doing everything and then teaching them. Mother leaving her job as a teacher and giving quality time so that the girls grow up
Do well.
independently.
Yeah.
And
Obviously. Right. Absolutely. I
yes,
can
so
understand.
I want
Can
to say
relate
my mother,
completely.
you did a great job. Your motherhood has not gone waste, because you feel depressed that you're not having your friends, but I feel honored to be under you, because had you not trained us, we would not have been the women we are today. Your
Absolutely.
daughter being a
That's
gold medalist, in the whole family there's one, and there's another one who's a distinction holder, and with her credit to her appearance on the news channels wherever people are talking about honesty, positivity, my name is there. So what else do you need in life to be happy,
I'll
that
tell you
your kids
these
are
kind
doing
of
well
things.
and you are
Yeah, I'm sorry, but having said that, these kind of sacrifices cannot be bought by any materialistic good. I can tell you one thing. I can
no,
relate to
no,
your mom
never,
because
never.
I used to work, but no sooner when I had my kids, I immediately gave up my job. I said they are my project
Yes,
works. I have to finish my.
yes,
I had a deadline. Once I finish with my deadlines, I'm back to myself now.
yes.
This is
After
how you're
that,
supposed
I
to do it.
believe that I totally agree. Totally agree. Mother needs to be respected at home, even if she's a housewife. Now they have started
Yes.
using term homemaker. It's a
Homemaker,
better way of appreciating them. But a
there's no
husband or
respect.
anybody, any companion, yes, any
Right.
companion, whether it's live-in relation, whether it's anything, I think a verbal need of expression is needed for the other person to feel wanted. If you
Mm,
have sex or if you don't have sex, sex is not life only. Just
mm,
fulfilling your needs and desires is not enough, my dear friends. If you're watching this show, there is something called, gratifying people at emotional level also. So if you
mm,
have IQ and if you don't know how to manage your emotions, you will never be able to live a good life. You need to
mm,
know the concept that IQ is required, so is EQ required. There has to be
mm,
a balance.
mm.
Car has to go on the four wheels, it cannot go on three wheels. So
Right.
every finger of the hand depicts that we are different from each other, yet we are together. The
Mm,
united we stand and divided we fall is what my father taught me, and I'm following just like that. I'm following that. It is coming from his heart, and he must have experienced all over the years. It's not easy to be the chief pilot of a prime minister. He has held responsibilities at higher posts, and we could have had great palatial bungalows. I can understand why he has the need for teaching more good to people and doing good to their kids so that they can be the torch bearers for the nation. And I feel very
mm.
proud to state on this platform that what he has taught and what he has given, I can never repay my parents back. Through this show, what I'm trying to say is love, if you can share, is the greatest gift of mankind. What I feel.
Absolutely. Totally agree.
It's
Absolutely. It's so
so I
impressive the words
tears
are.
in my eyes, but this is something very emotional what I'm sharing, but it is a fact of life. If you have trust on your head, if you have honesty in your heart, and if you have love for everyone who walks into your life, you will never be living a life, even if you're single, you'll never be alone. Because there will
Mm,
be people teaching you the real worth of what a life is. And
mm,
that is a real statement. Atithi Devo Bhava. God can arrive in any form. Believe you me, He will be there guiding you. You just have to open the door and see the opportunity knocking at you. And if this is
mm,
the chat show I'm talking of, then it could be anyone. It could be me, a God to you, sharing some experiences, and you getting enlightened sitting at your home and feeling that this is something phenomenal, this is something majestic, and this is what we are learning. And if it is
Mm.
to do with Seema, then it has to be that she is the seed of connect. And I feel grateful to be on this show today because it is amazing to feel emotion. It is amazing to share my journey, my experiences. And within a short time of frame, I could share whatever tips I did. And I feel honored that you keep asking me and I keep answering. It's a way of interaction. And I feel very important that talking is a great art. If people start,
Absolutely, communication. Yes, yes.
man,
I totally
it
believe in that.
becomes
It's so
yeah.
wonderful. It's absolutely magnificent. Really, I mean, to have you on my show. I mean, I feel I'm so blessed, and I'm honored. I mean,
I
so
am
much you have taught me in such a short span of time that I felt again that maybe there's a connection. Otherwise, why would you give your quality time being such a busy person from a busy schedule? It's
I'm
such
never busy,
so
Seema.
wonderful,
I'm never busy. I'll tell you, I have friends. I have so many friends all over India that
I'm
I
sure.
once dreamt of. I manifested that I will be having my show across the globe, and there'll be people connecting me from Italy, from every place, every nook and corner. And I believe that everybody, if they start following this from this show, this episode onwards, that okay, this is going to be our routine. We are going to manifest each thing like okay, a paycheck is coming of this much dollars. It works wonders. If you think that you have a disease and you keep saying that oh my god, I'm having a headache 20 times, I'm sure the headache is going to increase. But if you keep doing good, dressing up good, and feel that okay, oh, we were just having a headache, it's gone now. Even if you're having one, if you say it's gone now, it will be vanishing. And believe you me, this works, my dear viewers. It really works. Just try it. Keep trying it because I would say
Mm,
once
mm,
you are using, like, if you chant God's name, like people go to religious temples, and I don't believe in this. I'm sharing this that लोग कहते हैं कि जोत लगाओ तो भगवान आपको दिखेंगे. I don't believe these practices. I believe like हम लोग साफ सुथरे होकर जोत लगाते हैं. I always have a curiosity to ask people कि जो रिक्शे वाले भैया होते हैं क्या वो नहाकर जोत लगाते हैं? When
mm.
they visit temples, keep it clean.
Absolutely, yes. Not at all.
I believe you me, I have witnessed God. I used to light a jot when I used to go for exams, and one shoe was there and not intentional. Your intentions need to be pure. If you are pure
Yes,
from
very,
your
very,
heart,
very true. Very
whenever
true.
you do a jot or
Very true.
whenever you take God's name, whether it is even during anything, any phase of a woman's life, God knows that menstruation is an issue. He knows it because
Yes.
He's given you birth. You know, our religion has taught equality. Sikhism has taught equality. But what I'm trying to say is learn good from each religion and be a good human. If
Yeah.
we are given that space, what better it could be? At least we are
Mm.
better than those animals who cannot speak. So
Oh,
let's do
yes.
some good. Let's
I
do
know.
some good. If you're reciting God's name, God just wants to tell you that you're conditioning His name. So one day He'll arrive because you have done so many bad deeds that you want to recite His name. He's telling you
Mm.
an example how to do it. But if you
Mm.
start doing good deeds, He will make an enormous impact by being there in every human. You
Absolutely.
don't need to say that you can't see God. He's there. He's
Right.
already
He's already there. You just have to, you should have the vision and intentions have to be clean. Automatically,
exactly.
you can see it.
He was
And
there.
you're
That's
very
why
right.
He gave it
You're
to
very
me.
right. God can
Yes,
come in any form. I have experienced that. I mean, I have
yes,
experienced when my
exactly.
kids were small.
Yes,
It was
exactly.
something which I needed, and it came through my helper and whatever. God is
Like
there. It's there.
yes. So, my
You
dear
have to.
viewers, it's very important. Manifest your thoughts in a direction that can lead you to greater heights. And by when
Mm,
you reach those heights, don't forget the people who were there with you. Because when you
mm,
pay gratitude to them and you club them along, there will be a name in every home that will reckon, and that will be your name. So that is
mm,
my mission in life. I want Gurleen in every home because I would want more people like me who can spread
mm.
the chain of happiness, at least if that is the least I can do before I leave this earth.
That's so wonderful, and I'm sure I would definitely, from the core of my heart, I'm sure you will do it with the kind
I
of
I
powerful
would
words
love to
and
stay.
fun intentions you have. It's going to come very soon. But obviously, we don't want you to leave that early. You can leave my show, but not the earth. We want to just see you grow as far as higher as much as you can. So before
That's my honor,
we
Seema.
sign off, what
Yes.
I would like to ask you my one more question.
Why
What
not?
message would you like to give our viewers, especially women? We know women have, especially when coming from an Indian society. I mean, it's a
Yes,
global issue, but
yes,
women perform. There's so many issues we know, from
yes.
domestic
So the
violence to blah blah
the
blah blah.
biggest uh, the
So,
biggest challenge in today's time, what I feel with the women is that they're open to communication, but they don't know what to communicate and when to communicate. So
hmm,
women empowerment, they forget that they're clubbing it with feminism. Feminism does not teach us that we as females should go out on the streets and put out slogans that we are females and nobody should touch us or we are suppressed or something. We should also have men understand the rights and values of women. We should know that we are made for each other and every gender is to be respected. We as women should know how to utilize our abilities in a proper channel. We should
hmm,
not misuse our freedom of expression, because
right.
I have heard many cases where women have misused their own privileges for harassing men. So it's
Hmm,
not only women, there are girls also doing it, and they're
hmm,
following this because they are given a lot of
hmm,
respect by the Supreme Court of
hmm,
India, where there are a lot of privileges given,
hmm,
irrespective of the fact that I also had to go through a challenge where I stood right, but I
hmm,
feel that even if any marriage breaks or if anything happens, there have to
hmm,
be equal level of disturbances. So we have to
hmm,
respect that, and we have to mutually agree on certain things so that we lead to growth. We don't go in divergent angles of destruction. We don't
hmm.
uh, we don't value the gift of life. Is the time we have lost it. I think we have lost everything.
Very
So as
true.
a message which I would want to give to the women is, being independent, you need to know that your rights are there to help people and not to suppress people. And also when you
Hmm,
feel that you're suppressed or oppressed or objected to certain things which you cannot tolerate, then ask for assistance, because it's your right and you should know your rights. Every
hmm,
person on the earth has a right, and they have an
hmm,
individual right to fight along the
hmm,
channels of right means. So if
hmm,
you don't know the right means and approach the right means, then falling into wrong hands and
hmm,
then blaming others for doing nothing. That's
hmm,
not what you are meant for. A
hmm,
woman
hmm,
stands for being the pillar of the nation. So if you
hmm,
know the power within you, then you would
hmm,
not use it for something and you would not allow others to disrespect you. So that
hmm,
becomes my message to the women who are watching this show, because when you allow yourself the space to get disrespected is the time that nobody will
hmm.
value you. You should know your worth. You cannot be
Right,
a object to somebody's pleasure. You should know
right.
where to stand, what to stand for, where to speak, and when to
Hmm,
speak. And if you don't know, then
hmm,
learn the art of communication, learn the art of learning from others, because open
hmm,
your mind. You don't want to keep your minds closed to
hmm,
feel that other woman is progressing, then give a hand so that she progresses more and then she helps you alongside.
hmm, hmm,
There
hmm,
are,
hmm.
there are plenty of women who feel envious of other person's growth. But let me share
Yes.
on the show that being envious is one thing, but if you try to break this chain, like the show states, break the barriers, if you can break
Right.
the barriers, then can you be the woman who can lead the change by helping the other woman grow, rather
Hmm,
than criticizing and being another one in the pocket or in the pond of critics already
hmm,
there, and the one
hmm,
who already. So in a bloodshed, do you want to be, there in that bloodshed, or you want to be out of it, creating your channel of more light for others? So as a woman, I
hmm,
request women to stand with each other, not only through good times, but through bad times, and help
hmm,
them understand each other real well. To all the
hmm,
mother-in-laws, I treating the daughter-in-laws as friends, as equals, because you once were a daughter-in-law, and try teaching your sons what the value of a woman is, because
hmm.
tempered men do stand to go bad in treating the women. They don't know how to respect women. And the women,
Women.
according to me, women, when they become mothers, should the mothers need a training institute where they can train their sons to respect the other gender. Try role
Very
reversal.
true.
Not you
Hmm,
have the men cooking or the men doing the chores of the house. Try doing that on weekends. In a week, you can have a layout plan where a son is cooking a meal for a mother. Why cannot this culture start? Why cannot
hmm.
the values be taught equally to everybody? Only
Yes.
then
It,
it will be
it should be
progress.
like a teamwork. Absolute teamwork.
Yes,
Very true.
yes. This is my message. I think it's a great message if people try
Yeah.
to,
Yeah. It's
get
absolutely a fabulous message, and I just hope people do listen. My
Yes,
viewers, especially the ladies, and of course even the husbands. Both,
yes.
we are in a generation, we are in a scenario now. It's whatever we are talking. It's for both the genders. It's
Women is
not
earning
only we are
equal
hitting the
pay.
male or
Uh,
the female. It should be
Divorces
equal.
happening where a woman just divorced a man because a mother-in-law told a man cannot change the diaper of a child. Now, can you believe the two IS couples? I cannot name them. So, over
Wow.
diaper change, mother-in-law said to her own son that you cannot change the diaper. It's a job of a you know your wife. Now, if
Okay.
that is such a case where it can go to a length of a divorce, then my dear viewers, I'm so sorry that we're losing the patience to even have a quality thought that these are not the matters. These are trivial issues to be taken to
Even
the court.
to think about it, forget. And one more thing I would like to add: whose kid is that?
Yes, this
It's
kid
your kid
is
as well.
right.
It's our kid. It's our kid. The husband wife is it's our kid. It's not your kid or her his kid. Our kid. It's come
It has to.
together.
We
So
are
it
moving to. Yes,
yes.
we
So the
are moving
roles
together.
have to be
And
switched, and it has to
yes,
be done as a teamwork. If he is doing something, she does something. If she is doing this, it has to be a teamwork. Only then there
has
will
to
be
be.
peace. There will presently the child will learn the right values. Otherwise, there will be always a friction between the both of them. And of course, if the
Another
woman knows,
significant step towards change that can build a greater change on your show,
hmm,
that mental health issues should not be tagged and
right,
dragged a lot and talked about a lot because they are just normal
hmm,
issues that people
hmm,
club it into a great form where they
hmm,
want to show that they're doing good by talking about that so and so is having a disease or is having a mental health issue. So
hmm, hmm,
depression is very normal, everybody has it, even
hmm,
I've gone through it. So people who have depression, they can ask for help and they
hmm,
should get help by their
hmm,
near dear ones. If it is not coming through them, then use the channels for the same. There are helplines available, there are psychologists available. Online platform is available where you can ask for help and you will
hmm,
definitely get help from some or the other ways. And I
hmm,
also feel clubbing the issues or tagging them actually is a disrespect to anything. So when we
hmm,
say that we are belonging to a Sikh culture, we are belonging to a Hindu culture, we should talk about who as a human we are. So when I
hmm,
talk about Lean is, she's just a simple human being trying to learn a new deal every single moment and trying
hmm,
to teach you through my own ways in a positive way, I would say, to leave a greater impact on the world that you belong to. And the world is
hmm.
everybody's. So it is like we are equal in this segment. Neither
Right,
are
right.
you rich, neither am I rich. It is something that we are rich with the knowledge we are having, and that's all we can
Hmm.
share.
Hmm. That's so wonderful. I mean, it's such a helpful and such a great message to all of us out there. And thank you so much, Ms. Gurleen, for your quality time. I really appreciate you have your busy schedule, but yet I'm so honored to
Oh,
give
it's my
your time and spend your lovely teachings. And it was so helpful, the insight which you shared with all of us. And I'm sure we all will learn and at least try to implement, so that we all want to be a better version and better person of ourselves. That's
with
the
this
that should
with
be
this
our.
show, I want
Yeah.
people to connect to this show. I would want people to come to my show if they want to through Seema. I would want everybody watching this show to share this because this is something that we are not closing. It's a new
Mm,
beginning to a new thought and a new vision.
absolutely.
And obviously a very happy new year to all of you, whether you are
Yes,
in
yes, yes.
Singapore, watching us from anywhere. And I wish that you all stay safe and secure during the times of Corona and a new Omicron virus because I feel it's our obligation to stay safe. Unnecessary, don't go out. Take care of the environment, never destroy it, and live a beautiful life because it is indeed beautiful. It's just your mindset that you need to work on. And if you can do that,
Yes.
you are living a life that is majestic.
Right,
Anyhow.
right. Yeah. Thank you so much. I'm so grateful to absolutely with your lovely kind words, and thank you so much for coming to my show and enlighten my show with your such beautiful thoughts, your beautiful insights, your teachings, your preachings. I mean, you name it was all there. So thank you once again, Ms. Gurleen Coker, and
Thank you.
all the very best for inspiring and rocking as always. And I'm sure you will keep doing wonders as you grow, as you move
Your
on
blessings
with your life. And
and
it's my
with
I
your
just love having
definitely.
you on board. Thank you so much
Thank
once
you.
again. from the
a
core of
fantastic,
my heart.
my dear viewers.
Yep.
Do watch this. She's a wonderful host. More
Yeah.
than that, she's
Thank
a
you.
wonderful human being. And I
Thank
believe
you.
that more power to her show and more smiles to your faces, because this is something that she is teaching. Smile with Seema. And I do believe that a smile can cure a lot many diseases, and a very rightly named show with a great lesson. And I hope I did justify by being on the show, because this is a tremendous experience to be on this seat and not host a show. So it's amazing,
So you
wonderful,
took a break. You took a
fantastic
break.
Sunday, one of the best Sundays of my life. And what a beautiful gift, Seema. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, oh my God, it was my pleasure. And definitely it was such a, I mean, I can't express in more word that I can, this is the least I could have done for you with such a wonderful person like you.
We'll
I just
definitely
loved,
meet.
I just
Yes, please.
loved you having on board. Really, I just loved having you on board. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much
God
once
bless.
again. Yeah.
Thank
So
you.
viewers, you saw what a fantastic personality and she indeed is. And the amount of things she taught us, the way she put her words across, it was so enlightening. It was so much to for us to learn, to pick up the good parts and the good talks and the good teachings. So hopefully if we can all practice and implement it in our life, I'm sure we can also clear up our inhibitions and make our thoughts even more beautiful. And one for the coming year, we should always feel that we can do much better than what we are as of now. So thank you so much, my dear lovely viewers, for tuning in today. Please do like, share, and comment on my Fashion Nova page. And stay happy, stay healthy. And very, very soon, I'll be getting another personality to host another chat show for all of you out there. So, till then, take good care of yourself, get yourself vaccinated, the booster shots, be kind, be helpful, and let's hope for a due coming year which will be away from free from all the pandemic problems and all the issues which we are facing now, maybe be it from the atmosphere, be it from the ecosystem. Let's all work together in the right way so that we have a better world ahead of us. And thank you so much once again. So see you all very, very soon. So till then, smile with Seema, and see you very, very soon once again. Take care and a very happy new year in advance. And hope you all have a Merry Christmas party with your family, friends. So till then, bye. Cheers for now. Take care. Bye.